Hey, welcome back to the channel. So today, we're just out doing some general photo and video with the Lumix S9. I have a couple of presets or LUTs or whatever they want to call them. Finally got them into the camera here. I have one that's based on the Leica monochrome preset and one on the natural preset. So that's what I'm gonna be taking my pictures with. And I finally got the Phantom LUT Natural in here so I can use that while I'm filming. First chance to look at the Fame image stabilization Panasonic. I have it just on normal stabilization with the E stabilization, as well. So hopefully it looks pretty good. We're gonna find out. Now I'm not after some just straight up bangers out here, I kind of came out here just in the middle of the day because I wanted to see what the screen would be like using it in the bright sun with my sunglasses on. This is how I normally use this camera. So I wanted to get a good, I wanted a good representation of how I would use this camera on a normal basis. We're on the 24 Sigma 24 f2 lens. We're just going to take some photos, take some videos, and see what we get. Right off the bat, if you're using polarized sunglasses and turn this camera sideways, to take a vertical picture, the back screen completely blacks out. That sucks, but most every other camera does that these days. But man, I wish they would solve that, because it is a pain when you're out just trying to take pictures and stuff and you have sunglasses on, want to take a vertical, and then all of a sudden you can't see the screen. Kind of sucks. All right, it's supposed to be exposing from my face, but I don't know if it's going to. It doesn't look like it's going to. Hello. The first thing I noticed is, boy, does that look bad? I don't know, I can't tell. We're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna go with whatever comes out of the camera, because I can't tell whether it looks bad or not. The first right out of the box, I'm in the bright sun. I just have it on normal mode, the back screen. Can't see the back screen at all, which is, that's typical. That's ZVE1 as well. But one thing I noticed is, you can go into the settings and change a lot of stuff. And I was able to find the brightness setting for the monitor. It doesn't say just monitor brightness, it says live view boost. Now what does that mean? If I've never had a Lumix camera before, I have no earthly idea. So, and then, how Sony cameras, when you don't know what something is, you can hit the trash can button and it'll give you kind of a brief description of, what you're fixing to set or change or what that function does. This camera doesn't give you that. So, even though, it's there, I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what Lumix calls stuff, the same stuff that Sony calls it. And the camera doesn't give you any clues as to what the setting does, which kind of sucks, because I'm new to Lumix. I haven't had a Lumix in a long time, so that's been a difficult learning curve. I think I really do like that monochrome, and I can tell it's just not, it is not seeing me. I think I look red. I don't know what. We're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna go with it, see what it looks like. The monitor can give you such a skewed look at things, so. On the monitor, I look completely red. So, we'll see what happens. I'm liking that monochrome, Leica monochrome a lot. And I put a little bit of grain and vignette in it just to kind of give it my own little flavor, but I'm liking the looks of that. Here's a look at the 4K 60. We'll slow it down a little bit. You do get the 1.5 times crop with the 4K 60, which kind of sucks, but like I say, That's pretty standard in a lot of these different cameras, to crop in at 4K 60, except for the ZBE1, of course, which gives you pretty much a full readout. Anyway, back to 4K 30. I was kind of hoping to see some good fall colors out here, but as you can see, the trees just hadn't really started to turn yet. Just a little bit, they're starting to turn, but not quite yet. Just not quite. Getting close, just not quite there yet. They got their mums out here, they're looking nice. So here's where you can kind of use the 4K 60 to your advantage. I need a little extra zoom in my shot to get those trees over there. Just a little fall color in them. And turn to 4K 60 so I can get a little bit more reach out of my lens. It is good for that, but given the choice, I'd rather have just full frame, full sensor readout 4K 60 myself. The phantom LUT that I was using, just natural, to be fair, is for the Sony line of cameras, of course, but it was making me look really red in the face. I don't know why that is, but so I changed it over to just the natural look. Profile straight out of the camera, natural is what I got going on here. I think I'll leave it there for the rest of the video. The other day when I was in my barn, I used my phantom LUT for that, and I thought it looked pretty good while I was sitting in the barn. That's under controlled lighting though, which is it's a big difference when you use controlled lighting. And then when you're out just walking underneath all these trees and got all these different colors going on. So I think it might have thrown the white balance way off on my phantom LUT, which is fine because, like I say, those are for Sony cameras specifically. But I wish it would have worked better. We don't know. I can't tell you until I can get it back into, and edit the video. But it looked really, really red to me. So I changed back over to just regular old natural color here, and we'll use it for the rest of the video. Hopefully it looks okay. I was using that standard profile that, this is a standard profile. I didn't like it at all either, so hopefully this will look better. If you didn't know, we got about 11 inches of rain in like a week. A week ago, Oklahoma was in a severe drought, and the winds were blowing really hard, and we had wildfires all over the state. I mean, terrible wildfires, and thousands of acres burned. And then in 1 week time, we had got 11 inches of rain, pretty much statewide, and had multiple tornado warnings all over everywhere. I mean, like an EF3, and down in one part of the state, which is a large, violent tornado. But we had multiple tornado warnings, tornadoes in November, which is, in case you didn't know it, November is the second severe weather season in Oklahoma. You go through one in May and April, May, and another one in November.